You've bought yourself some Zentish steel. Use it well.
I'm in the mood to crack some skulls after that fuckery in the Temple of Baal. The City Watch will be glad to oblige me.
Not sure what I have to offer a mind flare, if I'm honest. But I hope my words of encouragement and reassurance will strengthen your, resolve.
The journey has been brutal, but I stand here a Hell Rider once more. And I would die a proud man if I died this day.
Congratulations, Pecker. You've got a hag on your side. And if that doesn't save your ass, nothing can.
My people have never hunted a monster this large. They are eager to join the fray.
I wouldn't miss this for all the souls in the city. Call my name, and I'll bring the hellfire.
Nature's servant awaits.
Glad to have you with us. And not a moment too soon.
The air is thick with anticipation. All eyes are on you.
Well said. We'll prepare our Baldur's...
You feel a tickle of mirth in the Emperor's thought.
Aren't you glad you...
You've bought yourself...
Have courage, my... I'm glad you're here.
The sooner we get...
Don't... Today...
Come on!
We stand ready to...
Been waiting a while.
Even I was...
See?
I wouldn't...
Never thought of...
They... For a mere pittance of coin, I might summon the... If thou art...
Bodies, bloods, this is the dream. Knew I was smart to sneaks in. The Skelly boy said I could stay if I sold you stuff. So hurry up. Buy, buy, buy! Don't go,
Let's cook in.
Never a dull moment.
Dragons! Overhead! Stay low!
Halt, Matthew! Leave him be! We have to keep running! Mindful. It's over.
He's frightened of your illithid up in the room speech room. Is this really the mind flayer who could save this city? You see his mind...
Oh, shit! City Watch!
only way out is through. My path be true. Nothing will stand in my way.
Submission in.
Join us.
Become absolute.
Impero Divi! Impero Divi! Covered.
Never a dull moment. Swift as my feet can carry me.
I won't give in. Have them ready.
Breathe deep and move.
Over there.
Survival is all that matters. Don't waste a step.
Swift and lethal. My path be true. No time to waste.
push my luck again. Breathe deep and move.
Looks like part of the nether brain. But we'll need to highlight to find it.
On the move.
Slow down.
Sliced and burned.
You will bleed for her glory.
Time to press ahead.
haste. Consider me intrigued.
The very thing that...
Squall! One of...
The puppet of the fury. You are set, and you will make...
That's the crown. Time to cast the spell again. This time it has to work.
Let's go. Another step forward.
Taking position.
No choice but to keep going.
On my way.
Smell blood.
You go dominate the brain. Get to the crown and cast the spell. Iron Hand knows. Time to make it rain fire. Heading out.
Taking position. look.
chance.
Even Bam.
It's one. This is it. Its will is weakening.
Its will is weakening. The Netherbrain's ours!
Weakened. This is our chance.
Even bound, its will is stronger than anything you've ever felt. The chains shake, threatening to break at any moment.
It's vulnerable, but not defeated. Use the portal. We will bring it down together.
Its will is weakening. The Netherbrain's ours!
This is it. Its will is weakening.
time! Destroy the Netherbrain and end the Grand Design!
Still on my feet.
Subdued at last. It pleads.
The brain is on the cusp of its final thought, and it's taking all of the Emperor's strength to keep it there. An opportunity, perhaps. The pain warps through. Silence. For the first time in a long time. Everything you did, everything you sacrificed, it was worth it. For this.
We actually did it! And the city's still standing. Fucking hell. It's over. The right. It's withered, dead along with the Netherbrain. I am cleansed. I will never be a filthy geich. Only mild offense intended. You did us a great service.
It makes little difference to me. I did what I had to secure. And in spite of your resistance to completing your evolution,
see how the dragons but Lae'zel is still here. Will you not join them?
The Netherbrain is dead. To slay a geich was my sworn duty. I must call out to Tunorath. My ascension's at hand. I've suffered so many bruises, bore so many blows, all to earn Vlaakith's favor. Yet, it's this vexing, excruciating, phenomenal world that I can't resist. Vlaakith will call for my head. The Kithraki will chase me to every corner of Tyrell. Let them. Now, I hunt prey on my own terms and spill blood of my choosing. I need not be ascended, for I am born anew.
With the Githyanki gone, there's nothing left but but it seems that Gale...
The crown. If I salvage the stones, I can reforge it. With the crown in my hands, I would be unstoppable. I would be more than the greatest wizard who ever lived. I would be a god. It's I who should be saying such things. I'll never forget you.
I envy him. If we had dominated the brain, perhaps one day...
Right. I suppose there is more work to do now. What first?
Why bother? Let Baldur's Gate wear its scars proudly. Until the next crisis wipes it from the world entirely.
I will not be joining you. I fear my presence will be no more welcome.
I hope the Knights and Shadows treat you well.
I will miss you.
Now that you no longer live in each other's, though perhaps no harder than it ever was.
I honestly don't mind what we do. What the... Well...
Astarion's days in the sun. Knowing him, he probably will. Comfort was always one of his specialities. Especially when it was his own.
We did it, soldier. The city's going to be all right. And so are you. So, how'd I do? Goodbye, son.
It's over. And it's all because of you. Thanks to you, there will be no Illithid Empire, no Death God's tyranny. You have earned your place amongst the legends of the Sword Coast. You are the saviors of Baldur's Gate.
Jacques von Findu. I'm sticky with sweat, and the distant plains know what else. First, you inflict my wounds. Then, with burning breath, you close them. I have lost the thread between pain and pleasure. Last night will be forever branded into my memory. But now, I must think of future days. Orpheus is dead, yet Vlaakith still marks me as traitor and prey. The Undying Queen's knights will chase me across Faerun till I draw my final breath. My life will be colored by blood red and death black. I must prepare for the battles to come. I might have said yes, if you'd further indulged our obsessions. Instead, you tasted me, tested me, and turned away when you'd had your fill. You inflicted my wounds, and I inflicted yours. Some will stop hurting, but all of them will leave lasting marks. Goodbye, Jacques von Findu. You will not be forgotten. The Netherbrain is dead. To slay a Geich was my sworn duty. I must call out to Tunorath. My ascension's at hand. I've suffered so yet. Vlaakith, let them.
But it seemed...
The crown. If I sat with the crown in my... I would be more than the greatest wizard who ever lived. It's I who I'll never forget.
And... But...
So, what now?
Baldur's Gate burns, and its people tremble.
Then this... I will...
Now that you know perhaps no harder...
I honestly don't mind. What? Well...
That's the last. So...
It's over. And you, who were destined to become a thrall. Thanks to you, there will be no Illithid Empire, no Death God's tyranny. Thanks to you, there will be no Illithid Empire, no Death God's tyranny. You have earned your place amongst the legends of the Sword Coast. You are the saviors of Baldur's Gate.
Jacques von Fin first. Last night will be forever. But now, Orpheus, the Undying... My life will be colored by blood red and death black. I must prepare for the battles to come. I might have said yes, if you'd further indulged our obsession. Instead, you tasted me. You inflicted my... Goodbye.
My shining star. Since I've known you, we've shed more blood than could ever fill the Cheon Thar. The wounds we sustained were the testament to our might. bruises and wipe away every scar. I am a new man, and I've got you to thank for it. If only last night could have lasted forever. But if I'm to be a Grand Duke, I've got to greet the people and gain their trust. First, we mourn. We bow our heads for the fallen, and honor them by pledging peace. Next, we heal the city. We restore our broken buildings stone by stone. We restore faith in each other, one good turn at a time. After that, well, it's up to us to decide. Any ideas? And a magnificent ball, I presume, for dancing the night away. You dressed to the nines, me in the finest uniform I can convince father to lend me. How could I ever refuse you? What a joy! This life we're about to make. This story we're about to write. Every chapter more thrilling than the last.
You detect the slightest hint of sorrow behind Will's words. His diabolical patron and the torturous fate that awaits him are never far from his mind.
I hope we never have to turn to the final page.
Only 6 months have passed since the defeat of the Absolute, but Baldur's Gate is already recovering. Will has personally handled the rebuilding of the city and the recovery of its people. The scars run deep, but Baldur's Gate will wear them proudly. The city was the battleground for a fight that decided the fate of Faerun, and you and Will were on the front line. Now, matters of state take up much of Will's time, and he turns down more invitations to parties and balls than you ever thought possible. But one day, a gathering of the friends and allies who stood with you in that great battle. An invitation to return to where your adventures began.
Material play. Almost forgotten what it's like.
Now, there's a face I know well indeed.
Can't give up now.
With this can pluck wine from all over the world.
I never imagined we'd be standing toe-to-toe on this day, in this place. Nothing but allies, I always told myself. A necessary partnership. But in spite of every strained word, every barbed glance, seeing you brings me even more pleasure than taking a royal inquisitor's head. Were it not for you, I might not have known the value of partnership, connection. I found new allies now. We've heard word we mean to slay every last Sarth and Kithrak. I thought perhaps you'd care to join us. Right you are. Now go, Ming. There is plenty of time yet for slicing scalp.
All right, what now?
You have managed to survive without me. Oh, well.
My love, my heart. Breathe deep. Can you smell it? Oh, how right you are. Not since our wedding have we enjoyed an evening so jubilant. A welcome reprieve from the faraway missions and the bargaining tables of the months past. You've been patient through it all. Your love is the fuel that drives me forward. I'm glad Father's left us to our own devices, more or less. No, he's got no shortage of advice when I ask for it. All for the good, I like to think. Though I've met my fair share of challenges. The people know me as one of the champions who saved their beloved city. They know Ravengard blood flows through my veins. The patriarchs, the aristocracy, the councils of Waterdeep and their arms aren't so wide open. Still, there's no friction that can't be greased with a sly promise or a proposition. Father's back in his element, commanding the flaming fist with as brave a heart as ever, and delivered them nary a scolding nor lashing. The likes of Gortash can bend people's minds with a few chosen words. No tadpole needed. Bane's chosen primed the fist for a war they weren't meant to win. He convinced them there was an assassin hiding in every shadow, that cruelty was the correct answer to crisis. With a few exceptions, Father's pardoned every last fist. If my forgiveness not be Tyr's will, so be it. I shall forgive them all the same. His words, not mine. He still believes in the bow and the blade, but with Floric's help, he's teaching the fist a new lesson. Valor is found not in the wounds you inflict, but in the lives that you have bettered. May they all take it to heart. The jewel of the coast will shine ever bright, welcoming the weak and the weary from wherever they hail. We are building new housing, not just shanties, but homes where families can rest their heads, plant gardens, pursue happiness. Amazing what can be done when Parliament and the Council pressure the upper city elites to open their coffers. I'm sure the Silver Shields can make do without a few more jeweled crowns. Go on, my love. The night's young. You shouldn't waste a moment of it. Or waste a single drop of wine, for that matter. I plan on downing half a bottle myself. Oops. Did I say half a bottle? I meant half a dozen.
Better than Zentish prison fare, is it not? Boo! We are not dreaming! It is our old friend!
But last night, I swear to you, your touch healed every... I'm a new man, and I've got you. First, next, after that, well... Ha! You've already thought about a little Ravengard running around, have you? I'd like that. So would Father, I bet. A nipper to bear his name, learn the pillars, courage, insight, strategy, justice. What a joy! This life we're about to make. This story we're about to write. Every chapter more thrilling than the last.
You detect the slightest hint of sorrow behind Will's words. His diabolical pate.
I hope we never have to turn...
Only 6 months have passed since the defeat of the Absolute. But Baldur's Gate is already recovering. Will has personally handled the rebuilding of the city and the recovery of its people. The scars run deep, but Baldur's Gate will wear them proudly. The city was the battleground for a fight that decided the fate of Faerun, and you and Will were on the front line. Now matters of state take up much of Will's time, and he turns down more invitations to parties and balls than you. A gathering of the friends and allies who stood with you in that great battle. An invitation to...
Now there's a face I know well indeed.
Ah, it's good to meet again.
My love, my heart. Breathe deep. Can you smell it?
You breathe in every scent the night breeze carries. Sweet honeysuckle, tender violets, and an earthly fragrance you immediately recognize. Oak wood.
Oh, how right you are, and how wonderful it is. We've had too little time for pleasures like these. A welcome reprieve from the faraway missions and the bargaining tables of the months past. You've been patient through it all. Your love is the fuel that drives me forward. I'm glad Father's left us to our own devices, more or less. No, he's got no shortage of advice when I ask for it.
Your soul warms thinking of Lily Aurora Ravengard, your adopted daughter. A treasure of a girl, found at the entrance of the Open-Hand Temple. One grey eye, one brown. The crying gods faithful thought it a sign. They summoned Will the very next day.
Ah, the girl could melt the staunchest heart. She might have even brought a smile to old Wither's face. But tonight is for us, and Lily's only 4 months of age besides. I promise the temple will keep her in good care. That makes 2 of us. Her beauty and bargaining talents have even been a boon. Neverwinter's lord denied me a boat full of his finest masons, till Mizora pressed her lips to his ear. A whisper breathed, a bargain made. Whatever her game, I'm bound by her rules. My future will never be fully my own. But I'll fall on my own blade and join the blood war in an instant, should Zariel's hell's touched fingers stretch towards Baldur's Gate, and Mizora knows it. Go on, my love. Or waste a single drop.
You have managed to survive without me. A welcome surprise.
Aha! There you are, my mortal friend. Haven't you any ambitions, Tara? I could help you. Goodness. Was Faerun always so dull? Still, at least the company was worth the trip, if not the view. I told you I would, didn't I? I imagine you're wondering how all this came to be. The fight first, as you know, the orb, I finished it. As expected, Mystra was unwilling to hand over the reins of the weave, so I've claimed dominion over another area which I've passing familiarity. Ambition. Ha! Mortals and their jokes. I did think to bless the heavens with my own inimitable wit, but, alas, most gods are rather devoid of humor. Great as the heights I've reached thus far may be, I've not forgotten my humble origins. In fact, they're central to my doctrine. Those drawn to the Galarian Creator merely seek my guidance as the impressive, all-powerful being I've become. Ambition is about beginnings. It's not just about the heights, but the lows that preceded them. I was nothing. A drifting dust mote of a wizard, abandoned by my goddess, my powers lost, my reputation destroyed. And look at me now. I'm their proof. Proof their hopes are not barren wastes, but the loamy soil in which their future achievements will flourish. Proof that with ambition, anything is possible. And while I will be, quite literally, eternally grateful for your assistance, that's not quite the truth. I'm the one who dredged up the crown, who dared to defy his goddess and claim a place in the heavens. I earned this. I am ambition incarnate. As there are already several shrines. This is only the beginning. Don't worry. With the ambition you hold, you'll never be too far from my sights. Pursue your dreams, and keep me in your prayers, and who knows? They might just get answered.
The day I pray to you, Gale, is the day up is down, left is right, and Tressim's a cat's.
So very stubborn.
Well, there he is. Gale in all his glory. I hope you're happy, the god of ambition. Have you ever heard anything more ridiculous? Not in the least. And who led him straight to such ridiculous notions, hmm? Who left that crown in the river where any foolish wizard could swim down and pick it up? You were looking out for him. I expected better of you. False. He was mine. Though now he belongs only to his own pride. I know there's nothing you could have done to stop him. Not really. Once he'd decided to learn nothing from his mistakes, what use were either of our protests? Perhaps you'd be willing to come meet Gale's mother sometime? She misses him so, and I know it would do her heart a world of good to discuss her son with someone who knew him as he was. See that you do. We'd love to have you. Things have been rather quiet without himself cluttering up the place. Enjoy your party, dear. I've heard you quite deserve a celebration.
Ah, Chuk. I never... Nothing but allies. I see. Were it not for... We've heard... We mean to slay every last Sarth and Kithrak. Disappointing. Go. Ming. This may be the last time we...
So you... Well... I wasn't sure our withered old... And you're looking more delicious than ever. Whatever you've been doing with your time, it clearly worked wonders. Of course. I'd be disappointed with anything less. You always brought a wonderful sense of fun to the world. And where better to celebrate our good fortune? An old haunt with old friends. I've taken a turn as an It turns out no one actually cares about murder, as long as you murder the right people. And apparently I'm rather good at it. Let's not get carried away, darling. I'm still me. Perhaps more me than I've ever been. Hardly. Good people don't spend as much time lurking in the dark as I do. You know, it's funny. At first, I thought I was trapped by the shadows, cursed to live in them forever. But in time, I realized that darkness is as much a part of me as my fangs. This is only a curse as long as I refuse to embrace the shadows. So, I decided I would. I decided not to be defined by the choices other people made, by what other people did to me. My past may be done, but my present, my future, they're mine. This is who I am, in all my glory, for better and for worse. That being said, I haven't completely given up on returning to the sun. If the opportunity presented itself, well. But until then, we've had quite... From the moment I first threatened you, I knew you were someone. I will miss our time together. See...
Other reunions to which I was not invited. So, here we are. A gathering of allies at a cold campsite with no servants to attend us and few luxuries to enjoy. Oh, we could have been conquerors. We could have ruled these realms as gods. Do you ever regret that we did not take control of the Netherbrain? You may be right, but I cannot help but wish we had tried. That is in the past, though. Regrets are of little value, unless they are fuel for future victories. Few mortals have stood against gods and monsters as we have, and lived to tell the tale. We can write our own stories now, and leave our mark on these realms. I feared that returning to the Underdark as an apostate of Lolth would be an act of madness. Perhaps it was. If so, it is a madness that fits me well. Rebels swarm to my cause, and even if it takes centuries, I will reclaim my house in Menzoberranzan. And make the Spider Queen bleed. I fear I am becoming accustomed to the taste of sun-fed plants.
A familiar sight. Scratch can't quite speak around the thing he has in his mouth.
It's so nice to see you again. You smell different, but not too different. I missed your smell, but this thing I found had you all over it. I brought it for you, and I thought perhaps you'd like to throw it? I certainly have, and I always will. Forever, I think. And so will you. You know best, but a little fetch never hurt anyone. As far...
Friend? Friend! You came! Big Brother Scratch, too! Happy. Yes. Miss this. More. Yes. Big. But Scratch is smart. Teaches me many things. Like Big Brother. Withers? No. You smell very delicious. Follow smell, find you. Lots. Make friends with a turtle, a cat, a kraken. Kraken eats my cat friend, so I bite, kill. With shiny clothes, I am strong. Tired now. Want sleep. Want cave. Yes. Nice here. Sleep. Pets. Friends. I play with Big Brother Scratch, but am careful. Yes. Miss this.
Our skeletal friend will be very pleased to see I found my way here, despite my invitation getting lost in the post. Always, my friend. But the villain I must needs slay today is my great... You won't be surprised. I've gotten... You might help me with the title, though. I'm considering... But you mustn't let...
You see, Boo? We are not dreaming. What is reuniting with old comrade? Boo had a moment to lick himself clean, but there is a little too much of Minsk to cover.
But last night, I swear to you, your touch healed every one of my bruises and wiped away every scar. I am a new man, and I've got you to thank for it. If only last night could have lasted forever. But if I'm to be a Grand Duke, I've got to greet the people and gain their trust. First, we mourn. We bow our heads for the next. After that, well, it's up to us to decide. Any ideas? There she is, the great champion of Baldur's Gate. I'll gather a duke I'm soon to be. But the blade's heart is never... What a joy! This life we're about to make.
You detect the slightest...
I hope we...
Only 6 months have passed since the defeat of the Absolute. A gathering of the friends and...
Now there's a face I know well indeed.
Friend? Big Brother Scratch, too! Yes. Miss this. Yes. Big! But Scratch is smart. Teaches Withers? No. Use lots. Make friends with a tired now. Want sleep? Not whining. I'm strong. Rah! I play with Big Brother Scratch, but am careful. He's small. Yes. Miss this.
Well now. You can make yourself presentable when you have a mind to. An unworthy one. Forgive me. I am simply excitable. It is good to be out under an open... My first, since the reconstruction began. Same twisting alleys for purse pickers. Same wooden buildings ready to get burnt by next year's dragon. Same cisterns overflowing. Huh. The upper city has been almost entirely rebuilt. That's where the gold is. Even the builder's scaffolds are cleared from the streets. No dust left to sneeze at. Baldurians simply get on with it. Stubbornness, civic spirit, plain stupidity. Perhaps all three. But nothing I will sniff at any longer. Harpers have come from half the world over to lend aid. Farmers, masons, healers. My own son, Jord, has been wooed to their ranks. Already he plans crop cycles in Worm's Crossing. Not so for my daughter. Ryan's rejoined the Flaming Fist. Temporarily, you understand. To organize the craftsmen. Though she spends more time locking up comrades for pocketing aid funds. They might learn a thing or two if they don't expel her. Again. Ah, yes. Forgive me. There wasn't much time to offer hospitality with an elder brain looming over. They ask about you, of course. But I keep them a little too busy. There is still... For all your travels, I hope you have arrived where you want to be. Sentiment. With the greatest affection, I can think of better ways to sour our stomachs. I must inspect the refreshments. You'll never know. Some ne'er-do-well might have tampered with the wine.
I fear I am becoming accustomed to the taste of sun-fed plants.
Too long.
So you made it! Now it really is a party.
Boo! We are not dreaming! Boo suggests that you will forgive the aroma, I hope. We were not expecting the Dusty One to open a portal to our very cell. Boo had a moment to lick himself clean, but there is a little too much of Minsk to cover. Minsk and Boo... The Zentarum rule the city's underbelly. So Minsk and Boo went to give them a... We awoken it. It is a long walk to the gallows, and Minsk still... Minsk and... But leaves? How have you filled your days, since we tore this sticky tyrant from the sky? Aha, the lovebirds still nest together then? Minsk is glad. For what is life with... Though I am thinking yours does not sit on your shoulders, eh? There is much... this pond shall do nice.
I fear I am becoming accustomed to the taste of sun-fed plants.
Thou feelst it still. She is not here. She who was the boldest. Hast thy thoughts been with brave Karlach often? She would not come. Correct. Not in planes material, elemental, nor transitive can her like be found. In but 10 days, an entire life was lived. More than mortal years. Mortal centuries were hers. Thy band Thy bond gave that life to her. Not like thou wert her kin. It was written in her heart. Surely thou knowest that. In the fugue plain her soul burns so bright, it pains the gods to look upon. Recall that in time all changeth and all is rejoined. Thou shalt be with her again. What indeed? Prick. The balance. Hear me. For now thou played thy part. Sleep until we meet again. I wish thee every possible fortune, health, wealth. To you. There thou didst truly believe thou sought to bolster, didst think the other gods would. Gods thou may be, the supplication of the whimper of the death mule, felled by more. I overestimated thee. Vermin, away. Thou wilt trouble us no more.
I owe you a debt of gratitude. It is thanks to you that Gale, the Wizard of Waterdeep, became Dekarios the Divine, god of ambition. Without you, he would not have survived the appetites of the tadpole. It would have feasted on that impressive mind of his, and all of his talent would have been snuffed out forever. But mere survival was not enough. Not for Gale, and not for you. Saving your world from the gods and monsters that threatened it wasn't enough. Gale wanted more, and you encouraged him to ignore every sensible instinct, to ignore the lesson of Karsus's folly, and to reach for the heavens. You were the spark that rekindled Gale's hubris, and set him on a course that will make Celestia quake. I longed for the crown to satisfy my own ambitions, and I was furious that it had escaped me again. But I have assessed the situation, pondered every variable, plotted every possible course, and I have come to realize that this is for the best. In time, long after you're gone, Gale Dekarios will cause such division and chaos in these realms that even the lords of the hells will be aghast to see it. Ambition. Such a delicious sin for mortal kind to indulge in. Such a dreadful weapon for an immortal to wield. The gods will be sundered, and from their ruin I will rise.